Let's just cap it off, Sage. So we had the last game of the week. As we know, the Niners played on Sunday night, so already talked about it. This was the big game of the 1 o'clock slate. The Eagles took on the Ravens.
Man. I was really excited for this one.
I fucking bet the Ravens. And Sage, when I was a kid, I had a dog. And the dog got old. And eventually, my parents told me that they took him up to a farm. And he lived on the farm for the rest of his life. I think that may be what the Ravens have to do with Justin Tucker because he is washed.
Is he washed?
He's washed. He's done. I mean, missed 3 kicks, and if he makes those kicks, they win the game.
I think he's 0-6. The last
from 50 yards.
From 50 yards, is it, or something along those lines? I don't know if he lost in this game necessarily. He killed a lot of momentum. It was so.
If he makes those kicks, they win the game.
I don't know. That the score's a little closer than indicated.
Sage, I'm trying to make myself feel better for picking the Ravens -3. Okay. I'm trying to justify that it was the right call. I'm just trying to blame it on Justin Tucker.
So as someone who was on the Eagles, has kind of low-key been rooting for the Eagles,
after that
first quarter, I was like, oh man, the Eagles are about to get run. Like they are about to get run out of fucking
The Ravens
Baltimore.
didn't stomp on them.
Ravens just missed their opportunity, man. I mean, Lamar, come on, bro. Like, some of those missed throws were god-awful. You had Isaiah Likely twice, wide open, you sail him. You had Zay Flowers down the sideline, you sail him. I mean, I get it. Like, I said it to Chase. I was like, the Ravens, like, they scheme guys open so well. It's definitely because of Lamar. But when they're open, it's like he doesn't hit them, like, at the clip he should be. It's like he overthinks it, tries to lead them. It's like, bro, just get it to them. I don't know, man. The Ravens... They're just a dumb team. They commit the most penalties, the most penalty yards. They're not buttoned up. I mean, are we sure? Are we sure Harbaugh's that good of a coach? I'm just going to say it. Like,
yeah, so you know what? I'll jump in here because I do think Harbaugh's a good coach. Tale as old as fucking Lamar's career. When you stop the run and you make him be a drop-back passer, they're not going to be that good. And we get looped into it every single year, Sage. Every single year, the Ravens look badass. Beat up on some minnow teams. Maybe a team like the Bills who had some injuries coming off a tough week. They beat the shit out of them. But in big games against great teams like the Chiefs, like we saw today with the Eagles, if you could stop that Ravens run game, they're just not the same team. There's not the same team. And I think we got to realize this, make a mental note of this for the playoffs. Because if you do think that the Ravens are going to be the best team in the AFC, like I thought a couple weeks ago, you're going to have to reconsider because they're just not going to have enough to beat the premier teams in the AFC. That's me.
No, I agree. It kind of reminded me of that Steelers game, right? Okay. The Ravens, they fumbled twice on kickoffs, recovered both. So it could have been a lot worse, but going through the stat sheet, right? Fumbled 3 times, recovered all 3. Outrushed them. More passing yards. 7 more first downs. They outpossessed them by almost 8 minutes. The turnover battle was even. Penalty yards, they had less by 30. And it really just came down to when the Ravens moved the ball, they couldn't score, and Justin Tucker was just missing field goals. So I do get where you're coming from, but you can't tell me the Eagles weren't the better team that game. Because they clearly were. They were more buttoned up. They're a better run team. They're able to pass the ball. The Ravens couldn't guard A.J. Brown all fucking day. Like, whenever the Ravens or the Eagles had to have it, Jalen Hurts was making the pass to A.J. Brown, and Lamar just wasn't. I think that was the difference. Like, I consider Lamar a better quarterback, but there's so much evidence out there that when he has to pass it, he's just – I see your face. I'm not going to say Jalen Hurts is better than him.
Okay. I thought you were about to go there. I'm like, what?
No, I'm not. Because Lamar deserves his respect. But I'll say this. When Jalen Hurts played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, he played better than I think Lamar could ever play against them because he was making passes. I've yet to see just like an A-plus Lamar passing game, and in the playoffs, in these tight games, like we talk about with Lamar all the time, what does he struggle with? Playoff games. Games against the Steelers, your biggest opponent, and then your biggest in-division rival, and then games against the Chiefs, your biggest conference rival. Like, when it gets tight and teams know they could turn you one-dimensional and you can't expose them, and that's when you struggle, then I have to second-guess like how good of a quarterback you really are.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's going to be the conversation with Lamar until he wins the big one. I mean, it's the simplest take, but it's the right take with Lamar. So that's really all I have about the Ravens. What I'll say about the Eagles, Sage, I would have no problem if from here on out, we just had Azeez Al-Shaair fly out to wherever the Eagles are playing, suit up for the other team, and on every tush push attempt, just do exactly what you did to Trevor Lawrence, to Jalen Hurts, because I am fucking sick of this play. I think it is a disgrace that the NFL hasn't outlawed this. It's such bullshit. It's not an American football play. It's like a fucking rugby play. You have like 3 guys pushing him, and there's almost no way you could stop it. I mean, it's annoying because the Eagles were 4-12 on third down. 4-12. And I mean, I don't have the fucking box score right here, but I'm assuming 2 or 3 of those were on tush pushes that they got. So this Eagles team really does get a complete advantage with this tush push, because whenever it's 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2, they're going to get it on 2 attempts. If they don't get on the first, they're getting on the second. And yeah, it's going to make this Eagles team tough, because you have that. You have Saquon. You have this defense that we all know is starting to show up. So the Eagles are going to be tough, but I won't like it. I fucking can't stand this team. And Philadelphia is a city full of scumbags, and will always continue to be.
I get what you're saying with the tush push thing.
It's
it is kind of unfortunate. No,
It's
I mean,
horseshit.
like you saw it, they had the false start on it, but they're in that scrum formation that the ref can't even see it. They get a false start, fumble the snap, pick it up, and still get the touchdown. Like, it's really unstoppable. I mean, if you don't have like Aaron Donald or Chris Jones or just like a premier DT and someone to back him up, there's no way you could stop it. And then you add Saquon to that, they could run those little end arounds, even though they haven't worked yet. It's tough, man. If the season were to end today, who do you got for MVP, Saquon or Josh?
It's got to be Josh. I mean,
Okay,
I get it.
agree.
I get
I
it
don't
with
like the
Saquon.
Saquon narrative. I really don't
because
like it.
we all know that the O-line is a major factor in
Exactly.
why Saquon's
Thank you.
performing so good. Josh Allen, I'm not going to say he's doing it on his own, but he's 95% of the reason. I mean, the Bills' O-line is solid. James Cook, Khalil Shakir, Dawson Knox. Come on. That's Josh Allen. That's the MVP for me. I mean, if you're a 49er fan, if you're from the Bay Area and you thought Saquon before Sunday, you have a different opinion now, because he showed everybody on Sunday Night Football that I think he's the best player in the league this year.
Oh, you mean Josh, right?
That's what I said, right?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree. I don't like everyone's trying to make like on ESPN, Fox, like everyone wants to go with the sexy pick and wants to say Josh. Fuck up. Seriously, shut the fuck up. It's Josh.
I
man.
agree.
He's dominating the league. He's doing it all on his own. He really doesn't have another all-pro on that offense, maybe on the offensive line, but he has no help. Or I meant a Pro Bowler. Doesn't even have like a Pro Bowler on that offense. So you gotta give him his flowers. All respect to Saquon, Offensive Player of the Year, whatever you want to call it. You ain't the MVP, brother.
All bullshit aside, the Eagles are humming. They're really keeping up with the Lions in the NFC, so we'll see how that plays out. There's definitely a couple big games coming down the road for both teams. So that's it, Sager. That's it for... Are we going to change the name Fastest 5 Minutes? Are we set on this, or do we need to figure out a name?
We could drop some comments. I mean, I don't think the names would
Drop in the comments. Also, I forgot this on the Niner video. I was just so depressed I couldn't even think about it. Guys, please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
If you guys like what we're putting out, like and subscribe so we can maybe, like I said, get some dollars out of this. I mean, I don't want to do this take shit for free. I will, but if I had the choice to get money from it, I'd want to get money from it. So please, like and subscribe.
Like and
Follow
subscribe.
us on Twitter, TikTok, do all that shit. Sage,